Allow me to introduce the book Theatre, Space and Action, published by the Faculty of Architecture in the Czech Technical University in Prague. This book is a teaching aid and handbook for architects who design theatre buildings or other buildings for culture. It contains 652 pages in the Czech language, and there are 7 pages in English summary. After all, architecture drawings contains the most information. Our book is primarily intended to help you learn about the development on staging space and its architecture forms. Mere typological themes are not enough to understand these relationships, but it is necessary for the architect to become more familiar with the life on the theatre and its thinking. This book is therefore a dialogue between an architect and a scenographer. Here, the reader will get a better understanding of the relationship between contacts of what and why. Architecture thinking about the duration of this work is years and decades. Theatre work on the scale of minutes and hours. After all, we know how infinitely long the seconds last when an actor forgets a text on stage. That's why we try to get the architects to perceive the temporal direction of the space. Unfortunately, even today, with theatre projects, the authors focus mainly on representative space for the audience, for the comfort that the visitor perceives for 2 or 3 hours in the evening. However, they do not pay attention to the arrangement of the stage and its operation links with work all day. However, the theatre stage is the kitchen where the production is prepared and presented. It is presently on the equipment in his central space that the level of performance and the overall image of the particular scene depend. It is the direction, however, architects still perceive the technology, the scenes, a space separate from the stage by the building opening as portal. And so, even today, the scenes for the elusive theatre of the 19th century are still being built. Those young directors who don't get the current tool. They work on the same stage as their grandfathers and grandfathers. How should the theatre resonate of the present? Our ambition when working on this book was to inspire architects to have more contact with theatre people. The Sherford, the current form on the stage. Walter Gropius and Jacques Polieri proposed other solution. As McCarthy says on the one flight over the Cuckoo's Nest, at least we tried. Zbyšek Stýbl, architect, and Vladimíra Soukenka, scenographer.